Just waiting for everyone.
Just takes the one that.
Yeah, that's a Spotify error. You need to specify typing the variable for your search.
Okay. No,
Please do. Type right, track.
right, there. What do you use?
I use what?
What do you use the
That's
straight?
Okay,
It's
it's
not
just
a
a
string, it's a keyword. Like knowledge keyword.
it just did the undefined.
What's the word?
What's the one else?
This one, right?
Yeah.
But how come it's not using that one? Right.
running it regardless.
Yeah.
It does not like my while loop.
Yeah, it doesn't like mine.
You haven't figured it out yet?
I put in a while loop and then I kept getting what did I get?
For
Would-
me, it kept calling
Same
and
thing.
then spits out.
So then I made a recursive call here.
Does that work? I
It
considered
didn't-
that, but I
It didn't work. So I'm thinking about thinking now I'm thinking.
okay.
Yeah, so I got it to work on one try.
Me too.
Yeah, so like it just let's see. And so that worked. And then as soon as I call it again, here, that's where it fails. I guess what I could do is return. Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to do it.
I tried the things that I tried. I noticed in the link that you sent me,
Mhm.
one of the responses had this. So I tried using that, and then it yelled at me that it was not an asynchronous function. Although I didn't put in this.
The async part, yeah, you would need that to do the wait part.
We'll have a stab at that again and see if it does anything different. What else
Yeah.
did I try? Nothing that worked anyway.
Yeah, the main issue with this is the health is going to be greater than 0.
Yeah.
Like constantly, like every time we check. So it needs some kind of other check that kind of like stops in between. Yeah, it needs some kind of check where it stops in
Well,
between.
that's just the global.
So I was going to put this call F is true.
Right?
While that's true, then do this. But then I need to turn it off and on, and I need to figure out how to like turn it off and on.
Well, and then you still have the problem of it's in a while loop and it doesn't
Oh,
seem to
they're
like
different.
while loops.
Yeah. Oh, actually, I took it out of a while loop completely. Yes.
Well, in what you were just saying though, you were basically saying while this is true.
No, you're
do
right.
stuff.
Exactly. Yeah. So trying to figure out how to do that, but
Okay, I will continue pondering.
yeah, problem.
If I do this, the queue, there's a budget queue, right?
And that's their
Yeah, but because we're using this one, the queue.
So I get what that's saying. It's either saying it's equal to what you have in there, or it's equal to this. Or,
Yeah. Just that it's hard. See? You understand, right? There's something in there.
But it's still-
No, because we're using the search here. Outside.
oh,
Uh,
so, okay.
But all the small things is actually hard.
It is. It's some reason
Oh,
the
okay,
link
okay.
is for some of them the link.
Oh,
is-
yeah, that's right. So it's working.
I'm just gonna replicate that.
Hey.
Quick question,
Mhm.
It
Yeah,
doesn't
totally.
Even, it doesn't
Yeah,
even
yeah,
do
I
one.
know, I know.
Oh, look, it's a Filipino news website, and just that type of node, and There we
So,
go.
This
now-
L2.
So I was just
now
looking
we're
at how to get the,
Right.
like, how to validate it to number
That's how we
versus a
use
string. But I wasn't sure in default,
They're almost
like, just say like a number,
Hmm.
or like
That's the
here we say
variable.
true.
Oh,
because
let's see over here. There might be
So just getting back to the read text.
Yeah, let's go back to the
Hmm.
open the function with text.
looks like there is no way to like.
Yeah, because like there's
You could put a default value. Oh, default
So
number.
they use this one or you say not.
I'm gonna try to use
or
this.
just do like parse float and then number or like
You know what? I think default.
Basically the same thing, it's just that you read the file.
No, I think what they mean is like it could take any one of these values.
okay.
Yeah, so I don't think you can force it to be a number there, but you can do parse int on it.
Okay.
You can do whatever value they type in. You could do parse int on it in the dot then. Dot then.
Original file, right?
In the dot then.
Just,
oh,
if you
like-
scroll down.
File,
Yeah, so if you do dot
you
then
can
over here,
use it.
After all this.
dot then, and then parentheses, and pass in a
Read the
function.
file. Read the file.
Yep, and inside those, and then curly brackets. Perfect. And then in that right thing, you just put res. And over here, inside the function, you could do res dot
You can override it
lucky number,
with a keyword there.
and you can just parse int that.
Oh,
Yeah, so at the very beginning, you just parse int it.
Get the search.
okay.
Perfect. And then that'll be a number.
Okay. So just
So
use
you,
that.
yeah, you could just
Yeah.
put 3 in right there and just like have them, if they just press enter, it'll just be 3.
And then
Search
Okay.
goes to
Yeah.
Okay. that works. Yeah, because I know like I was just looking at one of the other examples we did in class. Just grab this to confirm that they wanted that
Because
answer.
there's no,
Mm.
there's no.
And then I noticed default
no, like,
true.
you don't have to see
So I'm not sure like if I had to
So
use that
yes,
here
having a read through here, I'm just
for
gonna
like the
rename
number
these.
or whatever they enter.
Well,
And not
yeah.
to say it's true, but like, you know, like you saw here,
Mhm.
it's gotta be one of those either string number, boolean, whatever.
Yeah, you can't force it to be one of those values. It just like comes back as a string. That's what it looks like.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Yeah, good job.
Then we call. You have the song already, you have the search keyword for it. So then just call Spotify
Oh, yeah.
with the search. To make it, you don't need that.
Really just,
You need the Spotify this. But the rest.
but then search it.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's enough to search option. Maybe it's the one for that.
Just like that.
So we. Here is the part is stuff that's not. Yeah. So now if you say if you read. You can do.
Good.
Wait, this one. I'm not the close. The close one. No, because you have an error, I will let you go.
There.
No, that makes- Right there, you see.
And an extra.
This one is-
Yeah.
There you go. That's when you get things. You can actually right click on format it.
Ready to get that extension.
No, you don't have to. If you update this, you can use it. Right? Perfect.
You got it.
Kristen,
I didn't a line or anything.
I kind of got it, but
It worked.
you have to be fast.
That's fine.
Like you have to not. I use set interval, and that worked. But I don't think it will work if you keep waiting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do it with cursive.
Oh,
Mm.
See if I can.
nothing to do with the code now, so for some reason, like urging.
All by yourself. You create the conflict.
No, sorry, not urging. Sorry, I meant just pushing. For some reason I was saying that the origin master has like urge. I never created a message ever.
No, it's just the master. Just have a master.
Yeah, but it won't let me push.
Did you clone?
No, not at any point. Well, no, I mean like in the
When
beginning.
you create a repo,
Right, I cloned it in the beginning.
yeah, this one happened to me because I create a repo and I do an init block. Do an init block.
In the terminal, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, so this readme file, it's already there and you don't have it locally. You can just merge it.
Yeah, but it doesn't have, they don't have any of my files.
All right, guys. Let's go over part of the part 2. Let's go over part of it right now. So at the top of the file, I have inquire. So I can use inquire to get the
That's what it's
user input. Over here, I have a constructor function. Let's go to Rob's row. Can you explain this constructor function?
So you just name the constructor function human. So that later, and then human has a name, and it also has health.
Perfect. Human has name and health. So we take in name and health, and then we set that into the object, right? So whatever object's created with this function is going to have a name and health. And now,
Quick question.
yeah, sure, go for it.
For the health part,
Mhm.
can you just assign a number for the health? Say, okay, so anytime it's created, this human's going to start with 100 health.
Yeah, in that case, if you want to do that, then what you can do is you could say if health equals undefined, you could say health equals 100 right here. So in case they don't pass in something, it's going to be undefined, and then you're going to just by default set it to 100. Yeah, or you could just like set it to 100 and not take an argument. That works also. Yeah. But if you want to set a default value, this is the way you would do it. Set default value in case they don't pass in this argument right here. Good. And then over here, let's go over this one. Let's go to Josh.
Function survivor takes in arguments N and H, and then this lucky number equals math.floor random. So you're essentially randomizing it to the number 30, and then dropping it down to whatever the base number is, right? Or however you want to put that +1.
Perfect.
And then human.call is this NH.
Great. Right. So over here in plain English, we're just picking a random number between 1 and 30. Right. So the reason why I did math.floor is because math.random gives you 0 up to 0.99. So when you multiply 0 up to 0.99 times 30, you get 0 to 29.99. And if I did math.ceiling on that, I would get 1 to, well, would that work?
Yeah, 1 to 30.
Yeah, I guess I would get 1 to 30, but in like that one tiny instance of it being 0, it would just be 0. So in that one tiny instance, I guess. So math.floor is the ultimate better way, but math.ceiling would be fine too. You just wouldn't add the 1 in that one case. So we set that to the lucky number, and then as Josh put it, we're passing the name and age, the name and the health up to the human, right? So we're taking NH and we're passing it up here. So essentially let me get rid of this. Essentially what's happening this line of code right here is doing this right here, right? Because it's just running this function, and it's running these 2 lines right here inside this function right here. So that way the survivor object has a lucky number, a name, and health property inside of it. All right, questions on this stuff so far?
This part is the lucky number.
Over on which line? 12?
Yeah.
Yeah, so this is going to be actually the object that's passed in. So like here, let me just give you an example. So if I do var s equals new survivor, sorry, you're playing. Yeah, it's okay. I'll give you like 500 health, so you'll guaranteed win. Right, so over here, this new keyword, what the new keyword does, it makes this is what it looks. It does this. Var this equals this. Putting the new keyword on line 17 does this. And then it returns. Let's do this right here. Now it's line 19. So when you put the word new right here, it's as if you're doing var this equals this object, this empty object, right? And then you're updating that object with lucky number, and you're updating that object with name and health. So that now this object has 3 properties, and then you're returning that object at the bottom. That's what the new keyword does behind the scenes. Was that more confusing or less confusing? Okay, because I could see how it's more confusing. The new keyword is weird. It's basically making this brand new object, and then the properties inside of it are going to be whatever you set here inside that constructor function. And then over here, what we're doing here is we're taking the human prototype, right? And we're cloning it with object.create, and we're going to set that to the survivor prototype. Now, the human prototype doesn't really have any functions, so this almost looks like a worthless line. It kind of is, but we're establishing that relationship, right? That a survivor is human. Survivor is human. We're establishing the relationship. And now we have this escape function, and this is a little crazy. This is the really hard part. At first, what I did when I was doing all this was I didn't write anything in this except this one line. I returned false. So it just made it a lot easier for me to like code the entire application out without having to deal with this function, because this function was the hardest part of the code. Probably maybe the second or third hardest parts. I don't. So return false. So they're guaranteed going to lose the game, right? But I don't have to deal with that situation of them winning. So that helped a lot when I was writing that code. Now, that equals this. It's confusing, but you'll see what I did below. Over here, you have to return the inquire. Otherwise, it will not work. You have to return inquire. Otherwise, you will not be able to get the value out of the escape function. that was a big trick, right? If you didn't return this, it would not work. And then over here, what does this code do right here? Let's go to Sandy.
So you are prompting the user by saying, setting the keys.
Perfect. Yeah, we're prompting the user, and it's going to say guess a num from 1 to 30, and the name of the key is going to be num, right? The name of the key is going to be num. So over here on line 38, why am I parse inting it, Janak?
Because we want number.
Perfect, right? Because
Number.
yeah, inquire response.num, even though we said num, the type is an input, so it's going to be a string. So we're just parse inting it, making sure it's a number. And bless you. And then over here, I'm taking that guess, the number that they guessed right here, and I'm checking if it equals the lucky number or not. Now, at first I did this, bless you. At first I did this right here, and it didn't work. And the reason why is because by default, this is inquire. So I wanted the survivor, like the actual survivor object. So, and I know I have it on line 26. It's just when I'm inside here, this is inquire. So I put this into a variable called that, and then I did that dot lucky number. I could have also said the survivor. Might have been better. Or I could have said, yeah, because over here, let me just put this right here. Right, the reason why I'm using this survivor right here instead of the word this, because the word this right here will be inquire. And then I want the survivor object. So that's why I stored this into a variable called this survivor. Yeah, it is definitely confusing. And then if they guess correctly, if they guess the lucky number, right? Because the lucky number we set up right here when we created the object, right? When we created the Rob object. And then we're going to console log yup, and then val equals true. I set up a variable called val right here. Otherwise, val's going to be false, and we're going to return val. Now, this return val won't do anything unless we return the entire inquirer object right here. And that was a little tricky to deal with. So, I mean, I was having trouble with this function, so I just stopped writing it and just returned false. And that was really helpful, so I could just finish it. And now, like, this was another tricky part to this problem, right? When I was trying to test the survivor, right? I do s equals new survivor, put my name in 100, right? So name, health 100, right there, and I console log my lucky number, right? Every time I ran the escape function, it just would, it wouldn't do what I wanted it to do. And the reason why was because the escape function is returning a promise like Ajax. Remember with the Ajax query, you have to do .done or .then with the Ajax query. It's similar in this case. And we have to do .then and pass in this anonymous function, and we console, and then I can get the result right here. So let me comment out the rest of this stuff so we could just test this. So if I type in 8, it's false. Type in 5, it's true, right? So I got the escape function to work, right? That was important before continuing. And so let me just comment this part out. So this was very tricky. Like getting this to work was incredibly difficult because you had to return this inquire, right? You couldn't just return the value. You had to return the entire inquirer. You can't use the word this right here, right? You can't do this because this is the inquirer object. You have to store this into a variable and then use that variable over here. So that was challenging too. And then on top of that, on top of all of that, we had to do .then over here. Like at first what I did that didn't work, I made a variable called escape value. I did that. And this did not work. This did not work at all. And the reason why was because this function was returning a promise. It was returning a promise like Ajax, right? Like when we do $.Ajax, good. Right here, this isn't it. We have to do .then, right? Function. We have to do the .then part. If we didn't do the .then part, we can never get to the result. So it's similar in that sense. This does not work. The following.
How do you know that that function is given from?
The documentation, unfortunately, yeah. Or Stack Overflow, either one. Yeah.
That's from the fire. That's just right in the top.
Yeah, I mean, you can kind of tell because the .then right here, right? .then, and I'll go over promises too. And now it's really prevalent right now. But the .then right here is a clue that you're using promises.
But you're returning the value, like outside of that fire promise, it's still a promise. Like within the.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, we're returning val right here.
Yes.
So this return val, it's actually res right here. See, this val that we're returning is actually res over here. If we did it this way, s.escape, and try to store that into this variable right here, it won't work. Or I could try it real quick. See how it prints out promise pending? So it basically tells you that it's not working, right? And then when you see promise pending, that's a clue to do .then. That's a big clue to do .then. Okay, so let's comment this out. Go back over here. Try that again. See, now it works. So that was us testing it out. So that was a survivor. And now let's go over the monster. Right, so let's go to Aaron and Sandy's row. You guys? Aaron and Sandy's row. So go ahead, go over this monster constructor function.
You're creating a monster function with name, health, and attack number.
Perfect.
And then you're taking this attack number, attack now, and then you're linking to the event.
Great, right? So we have the constructor function monster. We're taking in 3 arguments, as Aaron mentioned. We're taking the attack num and making that a property inside monster. That property is called attack number. The value of it's going to be whatever we passed in right here. And then we're taking the first 2 arguments and we are basically calling the human constructor function, the code inside the human constructor function on line 70. So whatever object's created with monster is going to have 3 properties: attack number, a name, and a height, right? Attack number, name, health. No, I'm sorry, not height, name and health. And then on this line, we're just linking up the monster to human officially, right? Even though the human doesn't have any functions on the prototype, we're just linking them. And then here, let's go over the attack function. Let's go to Kristen's row.
Adding an attack function to the monster prototype, you have created a variable called ran, which is a random number between 1 and 5.
Good.
If the random number is 3, you will return false, otherwise you return true.
Perfect. Great. Right, so the attack function is on the monster prototype object. And if it's 3, then it's going to return false. Otherwise, it's going to return true. So the monster has like an 80% chance of attacking the survivor, and the survivor has a 20% chance of surviving the attack. Why did I put this on line 73? Why don't I put this on line 81, Rob's row?
So overwrite the new function that we just added.
Perfect, right? If I do this on line 81, this is gone. This is all gone. So I need to put this over here, right? I need to make the link right here, not down here. Good. And now I'm finally making my monster, right? Name, health, and the attack num, meaning how much an attack would be, right, from the monster. Good. All right, so now the bottom part right here. Okay, so just go over this code from lines 84 through 92. Let's go to Sandy. Sandy's row.
So you're creating an inquiry function.
Yeah, we're calling the prompt function on the inquire object. Good.
And then in there, you're asking for input with a name, requesting a name to be entered.
Perfect. What's your name, right? We're asking them, what's your name? And then what's the key going to be called for whatever they type in? Name, right? NAM. Good. And then after this is completed, right? This anonymous function is going to be called, and we're going to create a brand new survivor object from their response. So we're going to take inquire response dot name, comma 100. Why 100? I just decided to make their health 100 right there. And now we have a brand new survivor, right? And did I screw this up? I probably did. I screwed this up. Let's see. Did I screw it up? No, I didn't. No, I didn't. I didn't screw it up. I thought I did. No. Yeah, I didn't screw it up. I thought there were more properties, but I did it fine. Right? Just the name and the health. And the lucky number we're creating automatically inside the survivor function. And now what I did was I created a function called call escape here. And this function calls this escape function. And I put this function in a set interval. And this is the only way I could get this to work. There's probably a better way of doing this, but this is the only way I can get it to work right now. So I'm just calling this function every 10 seconds. I could probably do every 5 seconds or 3 seconds. I'll do 4. So I'm calling this function every 4 seconds. And if I check right here, what I'm doing is I'm taking this object S, I'm calling the escape function, and then I'm calling this function right here. This function executes. right? This is going to be either true or false based on whether the monster is successfully attacked or not. If the monster is successfully attacked, I'm sorry, if I completely screwed that up. S.escape returns true if you successfully escaped and false if you did not escape, right? So if true, then you've won, you've escaped. I'm going to call return, meaning get out of this function. Otherwise right here, I'm going to call the attack function on the monster object that we made up above, right? And that's going to give me true. I mean, it's going to give me true or false, right? And if it's true, then I'm going to subtract the attack number from the user's health, right? So whatever the attack number was set in the monster, ours was 9. We're going to subtract that from the user's health. And then we're just going to console log, you've lost that much health, and now your total health is s.health. And we're going to return, get them out of this. Else, you've dodged the monster's attack, return. Right, at the end of it, I just put this right here. S.health, if your health is less than or equal to 0, I'm just writing down the monster named m.name got you. It's a lot to take in because it was combining a lot of things, but here, let's try it. Oh, wow, that's kind of amazing. It keeps going now. Yeah, so see how it's not that great because I can't get out of it. So I have to fix that. I wasn't expecting to win so early because I had to guess a random number from 1 to 30, and I guessed it completely correct.
You don't guess anything.
Yeah, it'll keep running because of the set interval. That was stupid because there's no 0.
If you log the health to like another text file though, and call that health, you don't have to set. Well, just from the file, like whenever you want to, instead of
Yeah, I mean, I have to figure out this set interval isn't the best solution for this. What I was trying to do earlier was I was trying to recursively call this function inside the function based on the health, but based on the health being greater than 0, but then it kept calling it. I couldn't stop. I wanted some gap in there for them to be able to type in something, but it wasn't letting me do that. Yeah, so I got to figure that part out. But this is okay for now. So let me send you guys this file to take a look at and go over. There was a lot here that you have to take in because we had to store this, right? We had to return inquire, right? So if I go up to the escape function, we had to return inquire on this line. We had to, where's this? We had to store this over here on line 26 and use that over here. Otherwise, if we use this right here, it would have been the inquirer object. We had to return inquire, right? So those are the challenges. And then over here, we had to do dot then, right? Because otherwise it's going to return a promise. So let me send this over. Anyone finds a better way to do this, please share. There we go. Josh, just give me a thumbs up when you have it downloaded and npm installed. Hey Kit, do we have videos going over MySQL installation or any guides for Windows? Yeah, you can check.
I don't know, I can't get it to work.
Yeah, it seems to be an empty file.
Did I send an empty file?
Empty JS runs promise ex3. Oh, yeah, promise
Yeah, you sent it.
I'm sorry. I don't know how that happened. Okay, this should work. It says 7 kilobytes. I guess the last one said nothing, so.
What did you say you did install?
Yeah, do npm install inside the folder when you so it'll install everything in the package.json file.
So npm install what?
You just run npm install in that folder, and that's gonna install the stuff in the package.json file for you. It's gonna install the Inquire package. That's the one package we're using. You just run npm install in that folder.
It's just an MD file.
Yeah, can you send it to me? Yeah, I'll take a look at it.
And what did you know the JS file?
Yeah, just do node space HW-9,
The .js file?
and you just do node that file, and then it should start running. All right, so we'll just do the timer now. All right, guys, just go over this with your partners. If you want to, with your partners, try to make it work better, because it doesn't work that great right now with interval. Yeah, every point if you change it to like 10 seconds, it'll be a lot better. So if you this is I did this. No.
One.
Oh, you won. I thought you said fine. I was like, oh, man. I was like, something's wrong.
think it's okay. So just use that filter. It'll be, you have to wait longer. But it'll try now. No, I don't. Is that your car? Oh, yeah, I think I've asked you that before.
Oh.
Control C.
Oh, that's why. I'm like, what? I was there too.
Kill it.
10 seconds again. Yeah, because you can't, like the way.
You just gotta kill the terminal.
Oh, no, I thought you said how you kill the monster. Control C. It's like the worst game ever.
Okay.
Wow, what?
Guess
2
the odd
tries,
number
that's
is-
amazing. Okay, doesn't stop.
JSON probably installed.
When we did have to install it, it's inside package.json, and then it just. Take a lot to fire. It's huge phone. It's like a screen for laptop.
You must not trust the the cases, it's adding so much to it.
I know, but it's because the way. Yeah. I think AC only. Oh, there's no controllers. Yeah, without, it was just happening. Yeah, right now you just do it. It's installed. Yeah, maybe there was another file, maybe there's another in that, or there's a file for that part of it. And we don't have to see that file. That's, no. And then for 4 seconds, because it's not quick. Oh, maybe too slow. It's too slow. It's never. Negative 4 seconds.
I got it.
You got it?
Yes.
No.
You call it Chris.
You did?
You got mad at me when I did it.
Oh, you did that thing right here?
And then I called the central casing function, the person who did it.
Ah, this is cool. Amazing. You slack that out.
I'll just. Can you join this? Yeah, that'll be good. Yeah, Juthica, that was a problem. Kristen fixed it though, so she's gonna share her code. Oh, can you drag your file in? The whole file, yeah. So that way they could just download it. And so I can download it. All right, guys, I'm gonna have Kristen just explain her code over here. Go for it, guys. So Kristen got it to work without the set interval, which is good because, you know, because it'll just keep asking those questions over and over again without you typing in anything. To go ahead, Kristen. Oh, I guess. Sorry.
You could just mute yourself and then.
Oh, I can.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay, so I put all of the survivor escape stuff in a function that I'm calling function A. So it does all the escape whatnot that we discussed earlier. It checks if escape is true. If it is, you win the game. Otherwise, it does the monster attack stuff. And then after it has done that, to get it to run again, I did dot then. And I said, if the survivor's health is more than 0 and my win state flag is false, which is where I've checked whether they escaped or not, then we'll run that function again. And so it's a recursive call inside a dot then.
That's awesome. Yeah, so as opposed to doing the recursive call here, which I was doing, I was trying here before. I was calling A and trying to do some kind of flag over here. That wasn't working. Kristen put the dot then over here and did the recursive call with these flags, and that worked. So great job, Kristen. Let's give it up, Kristen. Totally above me. I didn't get it right here, so great job. Put my volume back up. Thank you so much. You're going to go to this link if you're on Windows. You guys, Ebony, you didn't hear my motivational speech, but it doesn't matter, I guess. It was all about how you know stuff that other people don't know. But yeah, Rob feels inspired. Okay, so if you're on Windows, you're going to go to this link. You're going to download MySQL server. So let me go to MySQL server. And I'm going to go ahead, download, not from Mac. It should pull up Windows, Microsoft Windows. And I'm going to download this one right here. So is that what I sent out? Yeah, so I'm going to go to this link right here. Click download. And now here's the thing. I don't know if you're on a 32-bit machine or a 64-bit machine. If you're not sure, just Google how to check how many, am I on a 64-bit machine or a 32-bit machine for Windows. Download that, install it. And then you're going to have to go to your C drive, drag the MySQL folder. It might already be in your C drive, but if it's not, you're going to have to drag that folder into your C drive. Go into that folder, and there's going to be a mysql.exe file that you're going to have to double click. And if you have trouble with that, I can help you. Just share your Zoom screen. For Mac, it is much easier. Let me send over instructions. But on Windows, it's not that bad either. I mean, you just have to drag some, install MySQL on Mac. So on Mac, you're going to run these terminal commands one after another. And now, so this is what you're going to see when you get into MySQL. You're going to see a screen like this. Yeah. So let me just take a screenshot of this, and then I'll show you right away. Right. In my terminal, I did MySQL-u root-p. And then you press enter. I just pasted that into Slack. And you're typing your password that you set when you set MySQL. So mine is password because I don't want to forget. It doesn't matter. I'm not using this for anything serious.
Never
So
asked me for a password with the,
it didn't.
the instructions you gave us for downloading it?
Try what I just gave you, and then are you on Windows? No, you're on Mac. So just follow those terminal commands.
You're doing one after another or all together?
Oh, one after another. One after another. Yeah.
Mine's the first one. Update over.
Yeah, it's gonna take. This might take a little bit of time.
That says access denied for user root at localhost. They never asked me for a password.
Did you do MySQL -u root-p-p?
Yes.
Be right back. One sec.
Remember I asked you, I said, what's the password you got to play? It's the password for your computer, and I put that in. Now I don't have the password for it.
Your password.
I just did.
Yeah. Try no password. Just try no password. Just press enter. But you have to set password. Yeah, top of my head, you just look up.
Yeah, ideally, if you could set it up before you leave, that would be awesome. So we can be up and running on Tuesday.
I don't know if we get that first step.
Okay. Well, that's fine then. If it's taking way too long, then that's fine.
Oh, mine just finished. I was getting nervous.
Up top, just keep saying get like bash Ruby just
Josh, update your password.
I'm just gonna finish.
Oh, yeah.
Gotta go to work on my computer. How can I like downgrade from like the Mojave?
Oh yeah, you're having those issues, right?
Yeah, man, everything is so.
I'm so
slow.
sorry, man. That
After I
sucks.
upgraded
Yeah, I
it,
remember seeing that on your computer.
writing
It's
it
not
so
good.
bad.
Yeah, I mean, I would look at back up everything on your computer first
Yeah.
before you do it.
Right.
Make sure all your files are on the cloud.
Right.
So get Dropbox,
No.
put your code in there, right? All your folders, right? Back it up on something hard. Take care, man. Right, and then do the downgrade. Just I don't want you losing anything.
Man, guess it's tight.
Yeah, I know. I saw your computer was really slow. I'm sorry. Hey, Josh, sent you the command.
Okay, thanks. Really?
All right, hold on. See you.
Take care, man.
I think you put that in MySQL.
Okay, so I'm in my supervisor. I put that in here.
And then, and then see.
Let's see your.
What is your password?
What is your password?
It's asking for this. When so I've done this.
Oh, it's gonna be password for MySQL. So just put your password. Yeah, you're not gonna put any sensitive data, so it's not gonna be a big deal. On a server, you would make it very secure.
Saying sorry, try again.
No, I know I don't have it.
That's weird. Were you able to get MySQL installed?
Yes.
Okay.
Go move on.
Should I install them?
Just delete the word password.
Yeah, try that. Yeah.
Hey, Vaughn, you hear me?
I'll be right over. Okay.
Vaughn. Testing 1, 2, 3.
No, I tried that, but it didn't work. That's
You have passwords, right?
You're on the sudo challenge thing
Right.
right now, the second, right?
I'm on, I just, MySQL dash U dash B.
So now.
Wait, maybe I didn't
now
use
you
that.
search MySQL as your syntax. And you do that in. If you ever want to change your password, you just do this, but you change this.
Right.
But I mean, you're not gonna put, we're not putting any sensitive data in this.
Yeah, you just brew and just like brew first.
Just password, right? You're not gonna get a table of all.
Brew. You have it? Okay, you have it. Then try to brew info. No, I skipped a step.
This right here.
Two pages. Right, brew.
MySQL dash U.
I'm just standing right now.
What does that mean?
I said password.
Just try to brew space.
And then semicolon.
Brew info.
And now
space,
it's-
version 8.
Oh, it's just like one.
5.7.
And then do MySQL space dash U.
Are you installing? I think I'm done. Oh, okay. So look at
Space dash.
yeah, that's version 8. Yeah. Okay.
And type password.
I just type in the password.
Perfect, your software, 2 seconds.
Okay, that is my password now?
Yeah, password is
Is
your
it better
password.
to install?
If you want to update that, you would just, you go to the spot. See where it says password right here, and you quotes, you just put whatever password you want,
Okay.
and then you paste that into the form and your password.
Right, this one. So 8.
Come on. Yeah, just, so I'm doing the second.
So MySQL at 5.7.
Oh, I think this might be your computer password. Did you try that before?
Yeah. Okay, sign up. And then MySQL.
For Nanja, I'll be right there.
P minus U.
Okay.
U, no, minus U, root, space, root.
Yeah.
That worked? No, it didn't.
Which one did you use?
Try hitting when it.
Yeah, right there.
Password, just hit
Enter,
enter.
yeah,
I forgot to change the password.
Sorry.
So you should just.
I'm glad that worked. I'm gonna go.
Okay, yeah.
Hey, Fernando, you can share your screen. Let me just stop sharing mine.
Okay.
Go for it.
I mean,
I don't really need to share the screen. It's just it's a dummy question. Sorry,
Oh,
I'm
no,
alive, by the way.
no, go for it.
So I don't see a 16.3, but I see the 16.4. It doesn't matter, right?
16.3, 16.4. Let me see here.
Here, I'll share my screen. Just here, hold on.
Run. Understand.
This is what I see.
Yeah, that looks fine to me. The one thing, are you on a 32-bit machine or a 64-bit machine?
I'm on a 64.
So we need to change this somehow. Are you sure you're on 64?
Yeah.
Okay, so
Where is
yeah, why does it say 32? Can you try to find the 64-bit version?
All right, let's see.
Maybe it's down below or above.
MySQL installer is 32-bit, but will install both. Oh, it installs both, it says.
Okay. I guess that's fine then. Weird.
So it doesn't matter if it says 16.4 megs, right?
Oh, yeah. I mean, I think that's fine, dude. Yeah, it's all good.
Okay.
But why is one 16.4 and why is the other one 320 or whatever?
Right.
Just go back one. Just go back one.
Okay.
16.4. What's the difference between these two?
One says web community and the other one says community.
Oh, so that's your.
Do the community version, the bigger one,
Okay.
Oh, you don't think that that's what-
and then scroll down,
That's your-
and then click no thanks to start my download.
Admin, that's all that will-
This is actually good because we're getting this on recording.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's back in that game.
All right. Just make
So Kristen, go into MySQL,
Okay.
and then there's a command.
And
Oh, yeah.
that issue was happening.
Oh, yeah.
Give me 1 second.
Yeah, because you have a conflict. Yeah, put
the hell is up with my internet?
this where.
Should I go to?
Okay, Kristen, try that now. There was a semicolon missing at the end.
You wanna override your password? You wanna set a password?
Sure.
Don't set a password.
Should I say get in?
Don't set.
Too late.
Why are you setting it? You know, you're not-
Should I say get in?
Okay.
I'll say get in.
No.
Oh, okay. We have to set the password now. Later on, they'll get issues.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
That's why I'm trying to install 5.7 on her.
And he selected it to the general channel, the whole thing here. Just add a semicolon.
Fernando, it looks like you're downloading like an entire series of shows. It's going so slow.
That would be illegal.
It would be. It would be illegal. Fernando, did you freeze?
You have not concluded your merge.
Fernando?
It's not asking for things you're asking.
He's overclocking that
Did you
thing,
use
patty up.
It's weird though, because like you do something.
Yes.
Okay.
I think he did.
But password. Wait, what's the name?
So,
That's
in
not
the course
everything.
that I gave you, it's
That folder.
the by password, that is where it's setting the password to.
Oh, so you said it as password.
Yeah, so if you try and do MySQL again, and it actually.
My password is not.
Yes.
It's just missing like the random text. PJ.
It's gone. Oh,
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. Showing it there.
Hey, you hear me now?
It's not in the repository.
Oh, no, not yet, not yet. We're going to put it after we can.
Hey, Pavan.
Next time when you create a repo and you wanna run in it, don't create a README file.
Okay.
Because creating a README file will be the first commit.
Yeah, I don't think I did. I think I just used the default one. When I create, when you create a repository, you want to create, isn't it create a readme file for you, or you can have it create a readme file?
Yeah. You can create a README file for you, so you can check that.
Yeah.
That's will be the first commit for your repo.
Okay.
Then when you do an init here or do the, do an init here. put the function right away.
We're gonna go over on Monday, but I'm just gonna do, if you wanna get to MySQL, you just MySQL dash page press enter and then type the word password.
Oh, okay.
And we're
And just when you do when there's some errors,
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Yeah, I mean, for us, this is like how this is.
Yeah, we're gonna go.
all right, good. Now let's do the password. No, don't worry about that. You don't have.
Shoot me. Because obviously I'll go over the recording, but I won't even be.
No, without doubt. Let me see here.
Move on.
What's up, Fernando?
Yeah, I had to switch my my internet network because it was like super laggy.
Yeah, I saw that. That was nuts. It's all good.
Yeah, I'll screen share once this is done. It's like 7 more minutes.
All good. New Boston, MySQL.
Oh, beautiful. I love those videos.
They're so good.
Yeah, I watch them all. I have all the ones you send me.
This is kind of advanced that he goes through all of this, which is kind of insane.
Oh, I don't want to go nuts. I'm only missing one class.
Learn all of it.
Yeah.
Okay, well, this is pretty funny. What the fuck is a database? That's his. There. Yeah, I pasted in 2 resources in there.
All right,
They look
I
pretty
appreciate
solid.
it.
No problem.
Oh,
Fernando, do you want to share your screen, or you could just let me know?
there you go. Finding the password and one language and be
All right, see you later.
Later, Aaron. Take care, man.
No. Oh, yeah. That's how long is that for the my password? So I just type 1, 2, 3. Yeah, okay, you're in. Then you have the password.
Hope it's not raining still.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think so. the MD, right? The marked out.
Yeah, so I did that.
You have upload your data or file, that's variable, and then a variable. Right? You do data, or you can do.
Oh, and you have to
folder
click on
name.
it?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Not really that, but it's more like inside.
All right.
So you make a repo, right, or your folder, make another folder inside the folder and put all the ingredients there. And then in the review, you have to. If you want to do an animated one, then that's better.
Yeah. You just watch it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, it's right now.
Is it possible to review the screen, not the browser? Because I know we use
Use a different one.
it's not this, right? It's not screen.
No. In terminal.
Terminal?
The terminal recording. Right? Where were we at the
Oh, I have a question for that, for the, I didn't finish the announcement, so you just push that.
No, he gave you the whole correct.
And it's also, you have,
But yeah, if you have time to look at the video.
Just make sure you submit before the deadline, anywhere. There's no referral, there's no more.
When you were discussing the solution that was like.
You submit this. Go.
Because I think for this one, instead of putting it inside this function, I put it outside, so I just have to like.
Yeah. Okay.
It's almost done, Bhavan. 2 more minutes and it'll be finished installing.
Where are you? So, wait. Oh, wait. I just that is so first of all, okay. So that's it. Then create a function here that will do this Spotify. That's how you do it. They're almost similar. They're almost similar. The last one is the most interesting one. Just skip that one. Let's go. Do this first. So this one is for Spotify, right? What's counter this? Oh, okay. Anyway, yeah. So let's delete that. Yeah. Let's make a function here. Whatever your name, and maybe the search keyword, right? Make the request. You're gonna be using Axis, right? But you can use this one. Oh, this one.
All right.
Fernando?
Yeah, you hear me?
Yeah. How's it
I'm
going?
gonna start sharing now.
I gotta say, this background is pretty scary.
You like that?
It's a little terrifying.
It's the it's my the Giphy.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty badass.
They're the same thing. Yeah, there's no more Asia because there's no enough. You just make a request. So it's either the request.
Yeah, I seen that background image, and I was like, oh, yep, I got to use that.
Did you take this picture
What's that?
on your Windows background? Did you take that picture?
Oh, yeah.
This one? No,
Yeah.
no. My I think whatchamacallit? I think my godfather did actually, but
That's
I'm not
amazing.
100%.
Where is this in California, you think?
This? I think this is over by Yosemite.
Wow.
Are you sure you're inside?
I think. I mean, I could be completely wrong. I know he likes to take photos, but I don't want to say this is his. It might not be. It could have just came with it.
Are you thinking?
Oh, where's your MySQL? Oh, it's installing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see.
Hey, Pawan.
Yeah, what, Jessica?
Yes.
What's up?
So I installed MySQL from the steps sent out by Kit.
Mhm.
Was that the correct way to do it?
It sounds okay. I mean, if you can do MySQL, if you could see the screen I showed you guys, where it says MySQL, then you're solid.
So, do I hit the? Which one do I choose?
Let's see here. Installs all products need. Don't worry, Jessica.
Yeah.
We'll get there. You'll be fine. Installs only server product.
Should I do custom and choose all of them?
Can I see server? Can I see
I can give you control if you want.
No, you want just do developer. That's good.
This one?
Yeah.
All right. I can see you on a scroll so you can see what's in here. Or?
No, we're good. You got it.
All right.
No, you don't need the Python one.
Okay. So just the next then. All right.
These processes will not be installed or upgraded. Yes. Okay. So yeah, it's fine. Whatever. Execute. Now it's going really fast now.
What's that?
Going really fast now.
Some background music.
The background.
That's the internet speeding by.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. It's basically the way.
Hey, Fernando, I'm gonna just ask Juthika to share her screen real quick.
What?
Can you stop sharing your screen for a sec? Oh wow,
Oh, yeah,
actually this is going super fast. Can
You want me to stop sharing?
yeah, stop sharing. This is going slower.
All right.
Juthika, you want to share your screen?
Yes, sure. I think I reached till this step that I made a password.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so where do I get this system preferences?
You have to go to system preferences. So click on the Apple icon in the top left corner.
Yeah.
And then go to system preferences.
Mm-hmm.
And then, do we see MySQL on the bottom? We do. Click on MySQL. And you're good.
Yeah.
And yeah, close out of it. And then open up the terminal. And do MySQL space -u space root.
Should I like go back first? Like
Oh no, you're good. You can do it anywhere.
MySQL space
-u space root space -p. Press enter. Okay. Let me just take over for a second.
Okay.
Wonder if it'll let me. Click on Open System Preferences.
Okay.
You can turn it off later.
Okay.
You're gonna have to unlock to make changes and then check off Zoom. You can turn it off afterwards.
Where should I? What should I click now?
Oh, click the lock on the bottom left corner.
Okay.
And then just and then just check off Zoom. And then click the lock again.
Okay.
And now let me just see if I can get control. Okay, it looks like I do have control maybe.
Okay.
Yep, I do. Cool.
But we're not using query right now, right? So if my commands come to click all my functions.
I'm just looking for a MySQL.
Mm-hmm.
You say use brew?
I think she followed the instructions to that MD file. It's fine now. It's fine.
Hey, Vaughn.
Yeah, what's up?
Do I do the standalone or the sandbox?
Standalone.
All right.
Give me 1 sec. I'm gonna just take a look at my computer. CD user. Oh, I gotta go local. Okay. There we go. It's gonna be here.
Okay.
There we go. We see MySQL. And then we have to go into the bin here. And then we do /MySQL to start it up. Okay, we do -u root. Okay, -p. Go ahead, put your MySQL password in.
Okay.
All right, great. So you're good. So what you have to do to start up MySQL is this. I'm going to see if this works. Paste. Oh, well, up. Nope, that did not work, did it? Okay, 1 sec. Let's paste again. Just try it one more time. Put your password in for MySQL. Great. So when you want to log into MySQL, you just type this command right here. So save this somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah, this is what I have to do too.
Oh.
Yeah, it's all good.
And so now I'm set with this.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, so if you want to exit out of the screen, you just type exit.
Okay. And what Fernando did, I did not have to go through all that.
Yeah, he's on a Windows machine. So
Oh.
it's a little bit different, but you guys are going to be on the same page as soon as he has it installed.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
No problem. Yeah. Go ahead, press exit. Just type exit and press enter. Yeah, and let's get you to the desktop real quick. Just go to the desktop, CD home/desktop. Tilde.
CD home?
The tilde and right next to the one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's do shift that.
Oh, okay.
There you go, and /desktop. Yeah, I just want you to get out of this part. And press enter. There you go. Okay, cool. All right. Now Fernando, can you stop sharing your screen?
Yeah, sure.
No problem. No problem, Joe. Fernando?
Yeah.
Hey, go ahead, share your screen.
Yeah.
So let's say that I'm going to use the one here, right? Means the information is coming from the outside.
All right, cool. Yeah, that's good.
How would you change?
So this is fine, standalone system account?
Yeah.
The artist or the query? It's up to you, as long as they're the same. Okay. How would you call that?
Execute.
From the outside. So we call it construct info. And you pass the artist name, right? Which for the artist name. Yep. Where are you gonna put that? Nope. That's your function. When you call a function, you pass the stuff.
All right, cool. Just hit finish.
We're good?
We'll just check though before we say we're good. Let's click finish. There's a in the bottom right corner. And next, looks like there's more actually. Ugh, what is this?
Yeah. That's where you call the function.
Maybe just hit finish.
Okay.
Next. Yeah, put your password in. I just put password. It'll be fine.
Is that just in case?
You could stop sharing your screen. Yeah, now if you want for a moment.
You cannot just type the command down because you need to have.
Cool. Whatever you typed in, don't forget it though, because it's a pain. Because you have to reinstall all of this again if you do forget it.
Okay.
Yeah. So definitely write that down somewhere.
I won't forget that one.
Good, good. All right, cool. Finish. Hopefully we're done. Probably not. No, we're not. Next.
So now it's just a matter of satisfying
Finish.
the requirements.
All right, cool. Looks like it started up the shell. Awesome. It's great. Started up that shell and started that up. Great. You're set, but I want to know, go to the C drive, program files.
In
Oh,
this.
not that. In your desktop.
Okay.
In Windows Explorer.
Name of the venue, venue location, date and date.
Is your C drive. So wherever that is, it's not there. You have to scroll down maybe? Yeah, right there you go. Go to program files. Program files. I don't think x86, which program files, yeah. And then MySQL. And then to MySQL Shell 8.0. And to bin. And then right click on MySQL SH. Right there, yep. And let's see, is there a shortcut creator? Can you create a shortcut? Your desktop?
Create a shortcut.
Yeah, how do I create a shortcut?
You want me to you want me to basically put it what in my my toolbar?
Yeah, that's what I want you to do. Mm-hmm. Oh, is it already in your toolbar?
Yeah.
Can you close out of that terminal, the MySQL shell right now? That thing, yeah. And then click on that thing on the bottom. Close out of this thing.
Sorry, these fucking guys.
It's okay, man.
All right. I forgot
He's like
we're
driving.
recording.
He's like racing.
They're drag racing in front of my damn house. God.
It's like Too Fast, Too Furious outside your house.
Yeah.
Yeah, just close out of this thing. Yeah. And click on that. All right, cool, perfect. You're set.
Good.
Yeah, you're good.
All right.
Awesome. That should help people on Windows now. Anyone else dealing with
that be the feature?
You're awesome, man.
You guys get spooked by the GIF?
Dustin?
So
G?
So I'm giving you an object.
Well, I thought I put.
Yeah.
Guys? You guys good?
Hello?
Hey, you okay?
Yes, I'm good.
All right, cool.
I was just waiting for the end of the class.
Oh, okay. Thanks for waiting.
Yeah.
I was just checking on everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah, assuming everyone got it.
Yeah.
But if you didn't, then just send a Slack out.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, no problem. All right, guys, good class. Take care.
All right, guys.
Have a good one.